Welcome to the CEO Daily Brief, the 5-minute podcast for CEOs where we dissect this week's biggest news and unpack hot-button workplace trends to bring you exclusive insights into how you can drive real business results. John Fraze, you ready to hear what I'm paying attention to now?
I'm fascinated. Yes, please. Oh, wow.
Robby Starbuck is going to be at SHRM. They're doing a debate between him and Van Jones on the main stage at their Blueprint event, which is DEI. How bold is that?
It's very bold, especially in a time where the labor market's falling apart. We see nothing but negative news, and we're like, you should really focus on DEI. And this is a chance, and this is one of those every 5 years when the economy falls apart. This is a chance to prove that DEI is either highly valuable or a neat idea. And so this is our chance to actually prove the points on either side. And it is interesting. Please explain this setup because there's going to be a debate. And I think you should talk about how that's going to be set up.
So it's called Listening Across Lines, I believe, and it's going to be moderated by Johnny C. Taylor. So already there you have a choice, right? Because you've got Van Jones and Robby Starbuck talking with Johnny C. Taylor, who has been vilified in the media for his decision last year to suggest that the path towards growth is not DEI, but is rather I&D, which is inclusion and diversity, dropping the equity part. So some people praise that as brilliant and forward thinking and the right balance between what the left and the right thing. And other people say, well, how dare you give up the fight? That's not okay. So the fact that they're willing to have the conversation and the fact that economic times are as harsh as they are right now, I think is fascinating because for years, the people who are super pro DEI have been saying this drives results, this drives results. Well, then we better double down right now more than ever if that's the case. Put your money where your mouth is.
Yes. And you said one thing that I disagree with. Okay. And no, it's okay. The press did not vilify Johnny C. Taylor. All of Johnny C. Taylor's members in SHRM vilified Johnny C. Taylor. And that's
all is dramatic. That's dramatic.
Okay,
but
let's say more than half.
Social media pushback. Okay.
More than half. And they were wrong because short-term thinkers that are celebrating like what the world is supposed to be like don't understand how the world actually is. And what Johnny C. Taylor said is, I actually understand how the world actually is. And we either flush the whole thing down and die fighting, or we go back to a pragmatic approach and we lead with inclusion, which, by the way, turned this whole thing around. So
yeah, I agree.
My hat is off to him.
Well, I went out there and interviewed him, for the podcast and asked him, one of my favorite questions I asked him was, do you identify more as an HR leader or a CEO? And the answer is CEO. And that's why I think he made that decision, because he's not the person who's hoping to have a seat at the table with something good to say. He's the person making the decisions. And the decision he made is inclusion works. We know it works. Let's lead with inclusion. Equity is divisive. It's confusing. People don't understand it. It's holding us back. And we need to be able to lean into the I and the D part of this equation. And so let's get to equity next time, or rather equity will improve if we just focus on inclusion. I thought it was smart. I think that this event coming up, Blueprint, is going to be interesting. I'm going to be there because I think this is an important conversation right now. You should come because I think we would have fun. It's in Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville. Well, one thing I think you should post in the link for this is post the link again for your interview with Johnny C. Taylor, because you opened the interview with, how's it been going recently? Knowing that he had just been getting firebombed, through social media and every other channel. And I think he laughed like, it's been really great. Thanks, Jessica.
Yeah, totally. You know what I also liked about that interview? I do a lot of interviews with CEOs, and a lot of them have their comms person there telling me what I can and cannot ask about. And I didn't get that with this team. They let me ask what I wanted to ask. And we went there and it was uncomfortable. But I think if you actually watch the interview, you understand the thinking and it makes a lot of sense.
You juxtapose that with his SHRM commercial where he's stirring the tea. You saw, which is like, I always laugh at that commercial. It's fine. But what's really great is the interview. You saw the real Johnny C. Taylor, and it was an honest and vulnerable interview where I think we all learned something. So that was great. All
Yeah.
right,
Okay.
let's stop gushing about you for a second. I'm tired of that.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. I have always thought that DEI drives results, and I am aware that D and E and I are three different things. We did research at Culture Partners on whether or not it drives results, and we saw that organizations that had less than 26% of their leadership roles filled by women way underperformed organizations that had at least 45 to 75% of their leadership roles filled by women. Now, that's just one data point in one study. It was about 5,000 people. But I think the point is, it makes perfect sense if you think about it. If I work for an organization that has less than 26% of leadership roles filled by women, then I, as a woman, might feel like I'm not thoroughly represented in that organization, meaning I don't really belong and maybe I don't have a future here. So the really talented women who are noticing that, they're going somewhere else.
Yeah, it's interesting. I actually take a completely different approach to find the same conclusion you do, right? Which is, for me, I say, I want an organization where people argue. I want debate. I want discourse. If we all agree, we don't need all of these people. We just need one person if they all think the same way. It's not useful. So to have different points of view is how we get to better things, just like in the United States, right? In our democracy, we fight all the time, we argue, and that drives innovation. So diversity, for me, in an inclusive environment drives innovation. We get to the same conclusion. It's a higher performing organization. You and I are just coming at it from two very different places, but I think we agree it's important.
Well, I think it's both reasons why it works. So anyway, there it is. Let's leave it there.
Okay, I'm leaving
John Grace.
I'm leaving it,
What?
Dr. Jessica Kriegel. I'm leaving it.
Leave it. Thank you. Bye. My name is Dr. Jessica Kriegel. I'm an author, keynote speaker, and the Chief Strategy Officer at Culture Partners. Culture Partners is a workplace consulting firm that focuses on bringing clarity, alignment, and accountability to your purpose, strategy, and culture so you can get results. If you want our help, then reach out to us at culturepartners.com. And thanks for listening to the CEO Daily Brief.